Welcome to my first video. This will not be the typical format of my future videos. I will normally show you raw footage of me searching for UFOs. However, I feel like an explanation is in order. I saw 3 UFOs when I was growing up, and that has motivated me to record them up close. These stories will help explain why I am focusing my attention on this spot while giving you an understanding of the area. My first experience takes place when I was 16 years old, living in Minnesota, in the town of Becker. There were 3 of us driving up this road, and we noticed what we thought was an airplane flying in from this direction. As we continued down this road, we realized that this airplane was actually flying very low to the ground, extremely slow. When we got to about in here, this thing just comes to a complete stop right there. We yelled at the driver to turn around, who comes to this intersection, pulls a U-turn, and drives back here. We watched this thing just sit there for a good 15 seconds before the driver turned his headlights off. Once he turned his headlights off, this thing noticed that we were sitting there watching it. It turned and looked right at us, and then did a 180-degree turn and was facing this direction. But it went over here. And it did that without accelerating or decelerating. It just jumped from here to here very quickly. And it did so again from here to here. It jumped back and forth a couple times. And when it was done bouncing back and forth, it shot straight south up into the air and disappeared up into the sky. And that is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Nothing comes close to that. The speed that it jumped was impossible. My next 2 sightings take place 2 or 3 years later. I was living in this spot over here, and after work on occasion I would drive around, and one night I see a very bright, solid light directly above the road, which would put it over here somewhere, flying this direction. When I get to this intersection, it is passing over this spot right there. I sat in this turn lane watching it, and I got a really good look at the bottom of it. It didn't appear to have any wings or a tail. It had no secondary flashing lights. It was flying low to the ground and this direction very slowly. And if you zoom out and go this way, it crosses pretty much the same area that I saw the first one. Another night, same situation, driving down this road, and I notice a very bright solid light coming from this direction going this way. I get to somewhere in this area, and this light passes directly over me. It had at least 5 round lights, and it was in the shape of a V. It was very distinct against the sky in the background. It was obviously a V shape, and it had multiple bright lights underneath it. And it flew off, not as slow as the other one, but it flew this direction. That wraps up all my previous UFO experiences and explains why I'm dedicated to filming them. I've already had some luck, so check out my next video if you want to see some actual footage.
We can evolve beyond our digits. Oh, with common sense and modern science.
my god, goosebumps. Goosebumps, dude. I just got like a chill. There's a fucking another red light.